In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a woman named Tamika Baxter was in her apartment live streaming on Facebook Live, talking to her friends. And a few minutes into the live stream, Tamika heard a loud banging noise that sounded like gunshots coming from outside her apartment. And concerned about what the noise was and what was going on, Tamika grabbed her 3-year-old son and put him in the room before leaving her apartment to see where the noise was coming from. And after walking out her apartment, she realized that the noise was coming from her next door neighbor's apartment. And after she walked closer to her neighbor's door, she heard a man yelling for someone to call 911.
Community. What is going on in my building? Why does it sound like gunshots in my building? King, go in the room. Come here. Come here. Go in the room. Please, please, go in the room. Please. What the was that? Yo! Is my neighbors fighting? It sounded like gunshots in my building. That's my neighbors, y'all. I think the music is up and I think they're fighting. Oh my God, they're fighting in there. Should I knock on the door? Oh my God, they're fighting. Oh my God, they're fighting. Call 911. Call 911. He's saying call 911.
For a gunman accused of taking the life of a Philadelphia high school student. The teen is being remembered as a standout both in the classroom and on the football field.
And yelling for help turned out to be an 18-year-old high school student named Jason Patton, who had just been shot multiple times. Jason was shot and killed in his sister's apartment where a college acceptance party was being thrown for him after he allegedly got into an argument with a man named Derek Butler. After killing the teen, Butler left and tried to hide from police, but he was later arrested and charged with third-degree murder and sentenced to a minimum of 25 years in prison. In Alabama, the father of 2 teenage girls named James Walter had gotten into a verbal altercation outside his home with one of his daughter's boyfriend after he was called outside by the girls to be a mediator in an argument. And this is when Walter came out and told the boyfriend of his daughter to leave his property. But after the boyfriend refused to leave, the situation escalated and Walters allegedly lunged at his daughter's boyfriend, causing her boyfriend to pull out a gun and shoot Walters dead in front of his 2 daughters.
Oh, Daddy! Daddy, you okay? Daddy, I'm sorry. Oh my God. No.
Where he shot at?
Bro, we don't know.
He shot him about twice.
He gave me the gun on purpose. Bro, my mama, that shit lame.
Man, that shit lame. What y'all do, bro? That shit lame. I told y'all to let him go.
Hey, Junior, chill out, man. Come on, twin. Y'all with that bullshit.
No, that's way on my life. Man, you really could have killed me. Man, we could have never made him.
They don't really go, bro. They try to blame me for this shit. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. My mama, you green as fuck. You green as fuck. Bro, y'all hear this shit? You green. No, my mama, you green. On my life, she green as fuck. Bro, on my life, bro. That shit's so lame.
By the time Walters received proper medical attention, he had already lost too much blood and passed away, and the man who shot Walters was eventually acquitted as it was deemed that he acted in self-defense. In Chicago, Illinois, a 27-year-old woman named Kara was on Facebook Live when she confronted her ex-girlfriend who was sitting in her car named Brittney Austin, as the 2 women allegedly had issues in the past. And on social media, during the live stream, the 2 women began to argue with one another and began to threaten each other with guns. And after Kiara kicked Brittney's car and slapped her in the face, Brittney pulled her weapon and began to fire at Kiara.
What you gonna do with it, bitch? I'm not worried about that gun, bitch. You will get blown down right here.
What you talking about?
Take this shit back.
You mad?
Bitch, take that shit back, bitch.
You a broke ass bitch,
here, bitch. She just shot me. She just shot you? He called 911. She just shot me. Bitch, she just shot me. Yes. This bitch don't even know. She's gonna go to jail. Where she just shot you at? In my arm.
Brittney Austin turned herself into police later that day as she knew they were looking for her, and she was eventually charged with aggravated battery with a firearm. In Virginia, a group of 3 men were live streaming themselves listening to music in a car. And less than a minute into the live stream, a group of several other men pulled up next to their car and began to let off dozens of rounds in what seemed to be a targeted hit, spraying the car with over 20 bullets and hitting all 3 men.
Damn. Word around town is we got them pounds. Word around town is we got them pounds. Word around town and my young word around town.
Stay with me. Stay relaxed. It's gonna be all right. They coming. They coming to get you. Stay relaxed. Hey. Stay relaxed. You all right? Stay relaxed. Stay with me. Keep your eyes open. Everybody keep their eyes open. Keep listening to my voice. Keep listening to my voice. You're all right. They coming to get you. It's okay. It's all right. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. Stay relaxed. You good. Just stay with me.
You guys see anything?
No.
Anybody see anything?
No. We ain't see. We just heard it and everybody, we just came out. Don't move. They coming. You good. Yes, all of them still conscious. Yes. In the name of Jesus. We got you. Stay still, nephew. I got
Doing all right in there?
He good. He good. I got him.
Several neighbors tried to comfort the men as they waited for paramedics to arrive. The 3 men were taken to the hospital and 2 of the men ended up surviving, and 1 man ultimately lost his life, and the people responsible for this shooting and their motive is still unknown. In Cleveland, Ohio, a man named Stephen Leonis and a few friends were hanging out together, and this is when they decided to begin live streaming themselves playing with guns.
So we're gonna cap that guy's ass, right? So is this recording? I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, listen, give me money. Pull it to the side.
Don't, that's loaded. Don't put your finger on that.
Oh. Okay, don't point it at me.
What? You know?
Yeah, safety.
There you go, now it's not loaded.
Thank you.
That's the last thing they say.
Jesus.
He's like pointing it at me. Like, no, honey.
I'm gonna do it, I swear to God.
Life just got real interesting.
Yeah, they're gonna kick me off a lot.
The last thing they say is, I didn't know it was loaded. Yeah, dude, maybe you should have checked.
Yeah, that's why I took the clip out.
Honey, I was showing the audience
Look,
what not to do.
the clip is in here, guys. I have the clip, okay? Magazine, it's right here. Okay.
But you don't know about the secret clip, do you?
That would have made a bloody mess. Look at that. You see that hollow point right there? That would have made a bloody mess.
Especially with this one.
I swear to God.
Okay, honey, you know people can freeze frame that shit. Just relax.
During the live stream, one of their friends named Anthony Stanford arrived and the live stream was ended shortly after. But they continued to play with the guns, and this would turn out to be a huge mistake as Stephen Leonis would point the gun at Stanford and shoot him in the abdomen, which he claimed was an accident. Police were then notified and Stanford was rushed to the hospital where he lost his life. And Stephen Leonis was arrested and charged with reckless homicide and eventually sentenced to 5 years in prison.